Frieza went from struggling against Goku as a Super Saiyan to one-shotting Goku in his Ultra Instinct transformation, and at the same time Vegeta in his Ultra Ego transformation. Now how does this new power that Frieza has change the entire story for Dragon Ball, you ask? Well, let's talk about it. You see, during Frieza's first appearance in the Namek Saga, he already had extraordinary power and was casually able to destroy all who opposed him in his weakest form. This was because no one was a real threat to his reign. This is seen way before the events of Dragon Ball Z, where Frieza ruled as an emperor for multiple galaxies, with no difficulty as he came from a species born of extraordinary power. However, during this time, not once did he train, as he believed that he never had the need to. That was until Goku defeated him. This caused Frieza to endure his own personal hell for 14 years. Once Frieza was revived back, he realized that in his current state he was no match for Goku, and so he decided to unlock his potential by training for 4 months. In this brief time span of training, he gained the power to be on par with Goku in his Super Saiyan Blue transformation. Keep in mind that it took Goku 14 years of training in order to be Super Saiyan Blue, and the fact that Frieza was able to match the power of this form after 4 months of training said a lot about how much potential he had during Super. And within the manga, sometime after the Tournament of Power, Frieza decides to unlock more of his potential by training 10 years in a hyperbolic time chamber. This gave him a much stronger transformation, his black form. Black Frieza was able to easily defeat Goku and Vegeta in their strongest forms at the same time and in one shot. The difference between this transformation and the ones before is that this isn't just a simple power-up. It's a fundamental shift in Dragon Ball's power scaling and narrative structure. Vegeta and Goku usually struggled for a year within the hyperbolic time chamber, but Frieza trained for 10 years and emerged as a being on his own level. More so, Goku and Vegeta's transformations are considered the pinnacle of strength and perfection by destroyers, angels, and even Grand Zeno himself. But Black Frieza makes these transformations look like a complete joke. This means that Frieza's raw power isn't just rivaling the destroyers and angels anymore. He may have already surpassed them. Beerus, who has long been a looming figure of untouchable strength, is now potentially within Frieza's reach. If this is true, it shakes the very foundation of Dragon Ball's hierarchy. The destroyers, angels, and even Grand Zeno himself may no longer be untouchable figures. But narratively, this also opens up a new terrifying possibility. What happens when a villain like Frieza, now with crazy power, decides he's no longer content with ruling galaxies and instead decides to become the new Omni King? Remember, Frieza has never been a mere brute force antagonist. He's a tactician and a manipulator, and now without a doubt the strongest mortal in Universe 7. His scary rise forces Goku and Vegeta to confront their own limitations. The sane mindset of train harder and you'll catch up doesn't even apply anymore. Not when someone like Frieza can leapfrog their decades of progress with a fraction of the effort. It introduces a level of existential dread Dragon Ball hasn't seen in a while. In other words, Black Frieza represents the potential for Dragon Ball to evolve into a new kind of story. One where main heroes aren't just fighting stronger enemies, but also facing a universe where power alone may no longer guarantee victory.